This is JT, welcome to Body Weight Strength. In this video, we're going to be working on the next progression on our way to performing the full front lever. The full front lever requires not only serious abdominal strength and core strength, anterior core, but also posterior core. It also requires tricep, grip, forearm. It requires lat, serratus, pectoral strength. So when you see somebody perform a full front lever, it really does require an insane amount of total body strength. It's an impressive looking movement. It's a very functional movement in that, like I mentioned, it requires a lot of actual strength throughout the entire body from head to toe, essentially. But to get there, that means that we've got to develop core strength specifically, which we've been working on and we're going to work on, but we've also got to make sure we're focusing on building straight arm strength. And again, that's going to be that grip to forearm to tricep to lat, serratus, and pec. And so that's why in the last progression, we did a hanging leg raise with an active hang. So when you do an active hang, you are pulling the shoulders down, the head up, engaging the scapula, keeping arms straight, and then you're performing your hanging leg raise. And so when you perform that hanging leg raise, you're getting total body tension throughout that same musculature that's going to be required of you in order to do the full front lever. So now in this progression, what we're going to do is we're going to do what's commonly referred to as a dragon flag or a reverse flag. There's a few different names for it. Most commonly, I've seen dragon flag. In this particular movement, what you're going to do is have your traps on the ground and you're going to grab hold of something with your hands. But for the way we're going to do it, you're going to keep your arms straight. And the reason for that, again, is to work on building that straight arm strength. In most tutorials, or mostly what you'll see is people doing dragon flags with bent arm. And the problem there is it's going to be an effective core movement. So you're gonna be building core strength, but it's gonna be ineffective at helping you continue to build straight arm strength. So for our dragon flags, you wanna keep your arms straight as you grab onto the the assisted device, whether that's gonna be a pole or a couch or whatever it is you're going to use to anchor yourself. You wanna keep your arms straight, and then you're going to be doing your dragon flags with straight arm so that it more readily transfers into performing a actual front lever. So without further ado, let's get to it. What you're going to need to perform these flags is a pole or a post of some type to hold on to, or some sort of horizontal running bar, or like a couch or a sofa to put your arms underneath of. Actually, a bed would work. A bed's very heavy and it'll support you well. So you'll reach back, hands under or grab onto the object, and then a full rep is going to look like maintain a hollow body position, pull yourself up, and then slow negative. Okay, and that's going to be full rep. Now, if that's too difficult, there are two ways you can scale down. So you can do a straddle flag, which is going to be legs in a straddle position, as the name implies. And what that does is it takes the weight from being pushed as far away from your center of gravity as possible, brings it in a little bit, which makes the movement easier. So you can straddle, and then okay, so that's going to be the straddle. And if that's too difficult, then what you can do is you can bend into a tuck, okay, and arms as straight as you can. And you can see where the tuck brings the weight of the lower body in as far as possible, making the movement easier. So you can tuck, you can straddle, you can full flag, but just manipulating the lower body like that's going to increase or decrease the difficulty of the movement. And the majority of the effort in this movement is going to be done by the core, and you'll definitely feel that in the abdominals especially. But also you get a little bit of straight arm work. It's going to be easier and more directly applicable to a full front lever if you are doing your straight arm under something like a bed or a couch or whatever, or if there's a bottom bar on your rack that you can grab onto, is going to be the most applicable. I don't have that on this rack, so obviously I'm grabbing here, which is a little bit more awkward than if I was grabbing something at shoulder width behind me, like I mentioned, like a sofa or a bed. So work with what you've got. If it's a pull, you'll be doing it the way that I showed you there. If it's a sofa or a bed, it'll be a little more directly applicable to a pull-up bar that you're going to be grabbing when you move to the next progression in the front lever. But for now, master the dragon flag. When you do these, you're definitely going to feel them in the abdominals. It's an outstanding anterior core movement. And also your posterior core is having to isometrically stabilize you and work against the anterior core. So you are getting work on the front and back simultaneously. It's a full body movement. You're getting full body tension head to toe. But specifically, you'll feel it in the abdominal area. That's the main focus. Again, a little bit of straight arm strength. So get after the dragon flag. Let me know how you guys like it or what your thoughts are. And I'm gonna get to work on the next video.